So today I wanted to share with you a sewing activity. This is a sewing activity for about a 3.5 or so year old. What is important here is that they have had experience with all of the preliminary activities of sewing. I've shown some of those in my previous videos, and you can check on the blog what are those activities to make sure to introduce those beforehand. So this is a child that has had experience with sewing, and this is called sewing buttons. So in here I have a little push pin pillow with a needle. For this video I did already thread and make a knot on the needle, but this can also be part of the presentation. Because remember, all presentations you are upping the challenge every time. So here I have pre-thread the needle, but you can also show the child how to thread the needle with the thread. I also have a little thimble. Very important as we take things out to always give the proper language of everything that is in here. I have a few little squares of cloth, and I will just choose one for the sake of the video. And then I also have a little pair of scissors, and again here the child has had experience with scissors as well, because this is for an older child. We are going to choose a button to sew on here. And so this is something that I am going to show the child how to do. What I like to do is find a place on my cloth where I want the button and use one of the needles here to locate it so that there is kind of this sensation in the back of where the needle is. And this will help to thread it also behind. And again, when I am actually doing this with a child, I am going to really slow my movements and not talk so that they can really focus, especially here when we are dealing with sharp items. We want to remind the child to be careful that these we can, can hurt ourselves. So to be really careful, you can invite the child to use a thimble. I prefer not to, just because out of habit, but it is available and you can show them how to use it. So I have put the pin in the back so I can feel, and you can show that the thimble is to push the needle through. So then I'm going to explain that we are done, and that I'm going to show you how to wrap up and make a knot. So I usually come in from behind here. And then wrap it around and stick it back through. And here we're going to turn it over. We can actually get rid of our thimble and our needle. And then we're going to show them how to wrap and make a knot. And again, the child has had experience with scissors, so this should come pretty easily. And we cut it. And there we go. We have a little cloth with a button. So if you've noticed, I've only have buttons with 2 holes to start out with, and again you can up the challenge with more holes, also upping the challenge with smaller buttons, and so forth. And then there will be an activity to actually remove the buttons. So this is sewing a button for about a 3.5-year-old.